The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman.
Jordan, I learned the most important lesson, which is probably the most dangerous lesson of all, too. The male ego is the most sensitive and most dangerous thing the world has to offer.
Yes.
So I was very...
Just say that again one more time. Say that one
the
more time.
The male ego is the most sensitive and dangerous thing in the world.
Hello everyone, it's Queen B line back to you with another video. This video pertains to the unfortunate unaliving of Latricia Brown-Green. Before I begin, I would like to extend my condolences and support to the family and loved ones who are grieving the loss of Miss Latricia Brown-Green. According to reports, officers state that the suspect in this case, Mario Green, Miss Latricia Brown-Green's ex-husband, walked into the Detroit hospital on August 22nd, 2025, touched and unalived his ex-wife in the basement of the facility. Sources inform 7 News Detroit that witnesses stated Mario Green, the suspect, showed up at his ex-wife's work claiming he was dropping off some of her belongings. She reportedly told the suspect to leave, and that's when they began to argue before he allegedly pulled out a weapon and touched her. The Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office determined Latricia Brown-Green's cause of unaliving was a close-range touched wound. Mario Green, the suspect, is charged with first-degree premeditated homicide, discharge of a weapon in a building causing homicide, aggravated stalking, possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, and 4 counts of felony firearm. In the meantime, Anthony Lee Lamont Barnett is charged with accessory after the fact and lying to a police officer. A judge issued a $100,000 cash bond with a GPS tether and a curfew of 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Court records show that the two divorced in 2018. According to reports, the victim, Latricia Brown-Green, had filed for a personal protection order against the suspect on June 13, 2025, which was denied. In her application, she stated that the suspect, Mario Green, was stalking her and that he continued to call her job and threatened to meet employees outside, and showed up to the job and tried to enter her office without her approval to reach her. Latricia Brown-Green then filed another PPO on July 20th, 2025, after she reported that her ex-husband's behavior had escalated. In that request, Latricia Brown-Green wrote, "I have tried being cordial because I feel that the system has now let me down each time I have tried to make reports on this man. My father was murdered, and now with this situation, I am now in mental distress and scared of not knowing what to do. I have to constantly look over my shoulder to make sure this man is not following me to hurt me like he has done in the past with physical abuse. I'm asking for help before this goes too far and things are too late. In another incident, the suspect followed Miss Brown-Green from her home from work and tried to run her off the road, in which she made another police report. While the second PPO was granted, however, it was never served to the suspect, Mario Green. The defendants in this case, Mario Green and Anthony Lee Lamont Barnett, participated in a hearing via webcam to the 36th District Court based on discussions in court on September 11th, 2025. The preliminary exams for both Green and Barnett will be postponed to November 6th, 2025, as attorneys have just been assigned to the case. In the meantime, Barnett's request for a reduction of bond has been denied. Now you will watch this brief news clip, and I will be back with my commentary.
The man charged with shooting and killing his ex-wife at Henry Ford Hospital and his alleged accomplice making a virtual appearance in court this morning. Our Jordan Burroughs was there and breaks down the latest proceedings from the courthouse.
The two men charged in connection with the death of 40-year-old Latricia Green at Henry Ford Hospital, where she worked, were in court today here at the 36th District Court in Detroit. Mario Green and Anthony Lee Lamont Barnett both are currently in jail, and they and their attorneys appeared via webcam. In the 36th District Court via webcam Thursday was 53-year-old Mario Green, Latricia Green's ex-husband, who's charged with first-degree premeditated murder along with aggravated stalking, among many other felonies. He's been in jail since August 25th. Also, the second man charged in connection is 54-year-old Anthony Lee Lamont Barnett. He was charged with accessory after the fact and lying to a police officer. He was arraigned and received a $100,000 cash bond. According to Detroit police, Green walked into Henry Ford Hospital on West Grand Boulevard with a gun on the morning of August 22nd and went to Latricia's office, which was located in the basement of the hospital, and shot and killed her. Henry Ford Hospital had gone into a lockdown for an active shooter situation early Friday morning, August 22nd, but it was lifted a couple hours later. In the 36th District Court Thursday, Judge Jean Jacquet said the preliminary exams of both men, Green and Barnett, will get pushed out to November since attorneys were just assigned to the case Thursday. Also, Barnett's request for reduction of bond was denied. The preliminary exam for both Green and Barnett has been scheduled for November 6th at 11:30 a.m. Reporting outside the 36th District Court, Jordan Burroughs, CBS News, Detroit.
Before I begin my commentary, once again, condolences to the Brown-Green family as you are grieving the loss of your loved one. Based on the evidence that has been released to the public thus far, the system did indeed fail Miss Latricia Brown-Green. She stated in her PPO application, "I feel that the system has now let me down each time that I have tried to make reports on this man. I am asking for help before this goes too far and things are too late." What more did the system want from Miss Latricia Brown-Green? She made reports. She applied for the PPO and was denied. Now let us talk about certain things that are disturbing in this case. First, the judge who denied Miss Brown-Green's first personal protection order, there needs to be an investigation on this judge, because we need to know how many PPOs has this judge denied, which resulted in the petitioner being injured or unalive. This is serious. Number two, something that really bothered me It seems as if the system is trying to blame the victim because the suspect in this case was not served a PPO or it was unsuccessful that the suspect was not given this order. Make that make sense. And I also found out that petitioners have to pay a processing fee for a piece of paper for it to be given to said defendant in the case. You are literally adding more fuel to an unsafe situation, especially when the petitioner is not in a financial stable situation. In addition, the hospital's security system definitely needs to be upgraded because the suspects gain access via the basement. I truly believed if there was a security system or protocol, then maybe Miss Brown-Green could have had an opportunity to escaping the suspect. Again, the mental gymnastics we are playing in 2025 needs to be studied. Blaming the victims and survivors of DV is not going to fix the situation. We must confront DV and stop acting as if it does not occur in our daily lives. According to the Black Burn Center organization, an estimated 40% of Black women will experience DV in their lifetime. And unfortunately, 56% of these homicides were committed by a current or former partner. The majority of the homicides of pregnant women in the U.S. are at the hands of an intimate partner with a weapon. Black women are 3 times likely to be unalived by their partners around the time of their pregnancy compared to white or Hispanic women. According to the Mass General Brigham, of the 21 million assault-related injury visits, an estimated 15% occurs during the holiday season, and an 85% during non-holidays. New Year's Eve was the highest for intimate partner violence and altercations, followed by St. Patrick's Day, Independence Day, and Labor Day. Victims may be more vulnerable to violence due to prolonged or increased contact with family and friends, alcohol consumption, financial stress, or unique challenges during the holiday period. According to The Guardian, in 2020, homicides increased nearly 30% nationwide that year. The rate for Black women and girls rose 33%, a sharper increase than for every demographic except for Black men, and more than doubled that of white women. The unfortunate unalivings of Black women and Black girls increased across age groups from school-age children to senior citizens. According to another study conducted by Lancet, found the homicide rate among Black women between the ages of 25 and 44 years old increased by 73% between 2014 and 2020. And according to the DV Hotline organization, on average, it takes a victim at least 7 times to leave before staying away for good and exiting the relationship is most unsafe for a victim. I'm going to repeat this one more time. According to the DV Hotline organization, it takes a victim 7 times to leave before staying away for good and exiting The relationship is the most unsafe time for a victim. And this is why we must listen to victims of DV and not dismissing or disregarding their allegations as it pertains to abuse. We must be mindful that our words do have an effect on others, and we must support them during this difficult time. Again, how many more persons are we willing to lose before we say enough is enough? When are we going to ring the alarm when these allegations come to pass? Are we going to continue the norm of doing nothing? When are we going to listen to Black women? When are we going to believe Black women? When are we going to protecting Black women? It should not only be a slogan, it should be something that we are actively doing in private as well as in the public. Silence is no longer an option. I will leave in the comments and description below for organizations and hotlines as it pertains to DV. Say their names, known and unknown. Protect Black women. Say her name, Latricia Brown-Green. Justice for Latricia Brown-Green. And as always, please be safe out here, and I will see you in the next video.